exercise that is unlike any other. My team knows this. My family knows this. You have to understand your why and the deeper layers underneath that why. And it usually ends me like landing in my therapist's office for a few sessions. Because there's a lot of pain and hurt that's all underneath that why, the passion that comes when you are in elected office. And added to that, you also have this knowledge that keeps building every time that you run for office about just how hard it is to run and to serve. And you know the heartache and the pain and the public scrutiny that you're going to be under. But somehow your why is stronger and more powerful than the fear. Sorry, I just looked at my husband. Oh, I love you. It's more powerful than any of your doubts and your fears and your disappointments. Because there are disappointments when you're unelected.
Turns out.
Yeah, turns out.
Yeah, it's true.
My why is about a deep and abiding belief in community. It's about fighting for those who are less fortunate than myself and standing up for what I know is right and true every time. It's about good governance and serving with a focus on your community. It's about leading with vulnerability and not being afraid to share the realities and the hardships of life. It's about being courageous and trusting your community with the truth, even when it's hard. And it's never losing your empathy for people in different positions and situations than you are. We have so many real needs in our community. We have folks that are trying to find housing and can't. The cost of living is going through the roof. I don't know if anybody else tried to buy some meat over this last weekend, but I'll share with you a personal moment. I have ADHD. I bought some meat last weekend for very expensive prices, and today I looked and they had expired in my fridge. And I was angry all over again at the struggles of somebody who has ADHD and the fact that our prices are going through the roof. But that's a very real example of the struggles that families are facing every day. We are struggling with the very real idea of losing our health care and our education systems taking a hit. And we are honestly looking at the foundations of our government crumbling around us. And I would love to be able to walk in here and promise you that I'll fix everything in the next session and everything will be fine. But we all know that that's a lie. And that nobody does this work alone, and that is not what governing is about. Governing is about working together and finding compromise in order to make progress. And I am telling you, as a recovering perfectionist, the word compromise is not my favorite. It's not. Hey, Amy. But I think it's so important that we understand that we take progress over perfection every single time, because we cannot continue the stalemate that we're under. I want to be really clear with you that that does not mean that we give up on our ideals and our dreams for the future that we want. It can feel like that sometimes, I know. We have dreams of healthcare and housing for all, schools that meet the needs of every single student and offer our teachers and other frontline workers a thriving wage. And there is nothing wrong with wanting to invest in your community so that you have safe streets and roads and clean drinking water, and the fact that we have an emergency response system that fits the needs of our community. There is nothing wrong with that. Moment writing this speech where you realize it can be overcome with the fact that the world is evolving faster and faster, and that meeting the needs of the challenges in our community is becoming harder and harder. And that's compounded by things like race and ethnicity and gender and age and income and housing status. Our climate continues to evolve faster than we can respond, as do the needs of our workers and our young people. And it made me wonder, how do I find the wisdom in this ever-evolving climate to latch onto and hold on to the things that are worth holding on to, finding and identifying the things that we need to evolve with, and being brave enough to let go of the things that we need to. I think it's important for every single person in here to know my guiding light when I'm making decisions. I will take life over profit every single time. I will go with a sense of a common sense, right?
Yeah.
Common. One that looks at what's achievable, but also keeps our eye on the prize of the life that we want in the future. And I will advocate on the least of these every single time. The people in our community that are at the margins and are not allowed in the room, they're not allowed at the table, but I will bring them in with me. I recognize that our systems are not built for all of us, and I will work hard every day to level the playing field and open it up for everybody to participate. And I believe in restorative justice. And every time I will ask the question, what is the work of repair that we have to do here? As a mother of millions, I will fight every day to leave this place a better planet for my children and yours. That's a lot of work to do. And that's not just for me, that's for all of us. Elected or not, you have such an important part to play in our politics right now. Democracy is not something that can be neglected. You have to show up in person and on purpose every single time. Yes. We have accomplishments that we want to reach in our lifetime, and we will make it. We will get those things. But it's going to take our time and our energy, our resources, and our perseverance. Nothing of value was ever created by itself. And there is strength and resilience in the human spirit. I have lived it, I've witnessed it, and I believe in it. And I know that we're going to do it together. Because when we team up and work together and allow ourselves to be molded by the process and by each other, we can create beautiful and wonderful things. And that's what I want to build. I want to build a community that cares for one another and is not ashamed of it. And tonight, with you all here, is a fantastic start. Because I cannot do this alone. During this cycle, we are going to need more volunteers than ever before. And on our way to free and fair and publicly funded elections, I'm still going to need your money.
Period.
I'm going to need you to host house parties and introduce me to your family and friends and coworkers and your neighbors. I'm going to ask you to boost our social media feeds every time you get the chance. I'm going to ask you to host me a yard sign.
Yeah.
There are so many different ways that people can get involved and be a part of this amazing family and campaign as we work our way, 6 blocks east?
6 blocks.
6 blocks east. So, thank you so much for being here tonight. I promise that we will always center joy in this campaign, so if you come along with us, you can expect to have a heck of a lot of fun and a good time every time. So, I am going to hand it over to my friends.